Hello everyone, this is Lucrecia and I'm here today with my Giuseffi, one of my beautiful friends. And today we wanted to go over, I want her to present in regard the 5 W's of creating a successful brand. I think we're all trying to grow, better our business, better ourselves. And that's something that a lot of the business, as a volunteer with the entrepreneurs in Palm Beach, they always have the inquire, they have the questions, they ask for help, how I can make my brand grow, how I can improve my brand, how I can improve my business.
Well, thank you, Lucky. So happy to be here and really excited to talk about this because I find that working with people building their brands over almost 20 years now, that there are certain things that I see happen all the time. And they're so easy to avoid. I think that the most important thing to remember when you create a brand is that you have to go for continuity. Wherever somebody looks, if they Google you, they Facebook you, they Instagram you, on your website, wherever they look, that brand has to be consistent. You know, it has to say the same thing about you because that builds credibility. And I think that, you know, people make mistakes because they think that, oh, this brand is about me. You know, I'm my brand and everything I say is about me. Well, not really. Yes, it's about you, but your brand is your commercial to the world. So what is that commercial saying to the world about you?
And what is, so the title is 5 W's, so what is the first W?
The first W is who.
Okay.
So who, and I'm doing this from the opposite of the way most people build a brand, but I'm doing it on purpose to get you to think about these things before you invest in websites and marketing and advertising. I'm going to start from the backwards approach so that you start thinking of how your brand is perceived in the world. So the first W is who. Who is your audience?
Okay, the target.
Yeah, most people, when I ask them who their audience is, they say everybody. No, it can't be everybody because there's no way you could possibly be there for everyone. There is a perfect client, a perfect customer, a perfect reader, a viewer, a follower for you. So let's get specific. Most brands are personal brands, will attract clients or customers or viewers within around 10 years of your natural age.
Okay.
Why? Because you're relatable, right? I can give someone who's 12 years old advice, but they'd much rather hear it from a 15-year-old, right?
Understand. Yes, I agree.
So, you know, we do have an audience, but we have to focus it. So what is the target age group of your audience?
Okay.
What is the target gender of your audience? It has been proven over time that women tend to relate better to other women. Men tend to relate better to men. So who is that? So for instance, Lucky, you're a female, so we know female.
Yes.
Another important component, you will be, what do you think, between maybe mid-30s to 50. That's 15 years, but that's the perfect target audience, right?
Yes.
And then we're going to say, you know, what else do you know about these people? Get so specific that you can actually see a person that's your target avatar audience. So the who is your audience? Very important. And once you have the first W, we go on to the second W. And that is what? What is their need?
Okay, so what need do you serve with your product or your services or your business?
Right, what do they need? You know, people buy stuff they want all the time, but we don't, like, how many pairs of shoes do you have in your closet? A lot.
Yes.
And how many can you actually wear?
Just one at a time.
Good answer. But I mean, I have a bunch of shoes in my closet that I hate wearing, but I love the way they look, right?
Yeah.
But I only have a few that I wear every day. And so what are we doing? We're buying what we like, not necessarily what we need.
What we need.
So with your audience, you have to be really focused on what is their unsolvable problem. So in your business, what is the unsolvable problem of your client?
With the home loans, we help people to, well, the first step is to get them pre-approved or pre-qualified, or give them a clear idea where they are. After we analyze their finance, so it's trying to help them get pre-approved so they can buy a home. And we give them a number, what will be a max that they can be approved for.
So their need and their desire is they want to buy a house. That's it. Mm-hmm. They want to buy a house. So that's the what. So the who might be a young family, right? Young family, they've been maybe renting, they've been in an apartment, and now they want to buy a house.
And so exactly, it can be different age, but what I have seen is for someone to trust a lender, they have to feel comfortable with me.
Correct. Exactly.
So then to share, because they're sharing all important information, like very confidential information. Mm-hmm. So they have to feel comfortable that I'm going to work with them, and then trying to help them in that first step.
Right. And so the more alike you are in terms of certain qualities, which we're jumping ahead, the more trust that they're going to have in you as being able to make their dream come true. So now we have who and what. Who is your customer, and what do they want?
Okay.
Now you're going to look at where. Where do you find these people?
Okay.
Right? So for you, where are they in the world? Do they live in cities? Do they live in the country? Are they urban or suburban?
And with the home loans, I'm licensed for the state of Florida.
Okay, so there's the
so
where.
It can be anywhere in Florida.
Right. So you have to answer that where. So there's no sense doing marketing and advertising in California if you're licensed in Florida. The where is really important.
Yes.
And another way that we talk about where is, where are these people to find your stuff? So in other words, do they hang out in malls? Do they go, do they like to shop? Do they have kids that are in sports, like Little League, where you might want to do some marketing and advertising? They're going to see your banner there.
Okay.
Or do they hang out on Facebook? Are they TikTok addicts? Are they gamers? Where do they spend their time?
Okay, that's great. So it's not only the location where they live, but where you can have access to that customer.
Right, and because that is you can have wonderful marketing and advertising. You can have a great social media presence, but if you're not where they're seeking,
they're not knowing.
They don't know you. You can't connect the dots. Okay. So where is really important. So we have who, what, where, when. When is also very important because, at night, I always laugh because I watch my same old shows all the time. And at night, the later it gets, the more pizza commercials are on. Pizza and medical problems. Okay. The later it gets, the more you get food, munchies, and you get, oh my God, I'm tired, some kind of remedy. So that when is important because you also have to know what the habit of your customer is.
Person. So if it's a person that maybe will have time to look at some of your marketing in the morning or at night, or like you said, if it's a type of business that they can advertise at a school. So if it's someone, it is a type of customer that will be there during the daytime.
Correct. You have to understand enough about your client to understand what their viewing and lifestyle habits are. Another thing that's really important when we look at the where and the when is what are their likes and dislikes? Because you need to cater. For instance, let's say you have a website and you're going to buy stock photography on something for your website. Big mistake people make is that they buy pictures that are not the target audience. They buy pictures they like instead of pictures that represent and reflect the values and the whereabouts and the likes and dislikes of the audience. So if you want to sell a home and you're going to get your target audience, for you maybe it's a young family, and you're going to show the dream. You're going to show, so they're in their home, or maybe they're in the backyard playing soccer.
And my location is, my where is Florida. So one of my wheres is Florida. So yeah, so we do marketing in social media and the websites, and we buy pictures. So I think that for me, my Christmas picture doesn't have snow because I'm in Florida.
Right, exactly. And so,
So-
your advertisement, maybe they're dreaming, maybe someone's moving to Florida from another state. Maybe they have a job transfer.
Yes.
So you have to sell what is
Florida.
positive about Florida. So you can do a picture on the beach,
The palms.
the palms. You can have a couple,
Yes.
you know, holding hands with a child or not having a child. You can be around the kitchen table having a great meal.
Yes.
You know, you want to sell the value of the home experience in all of your marketing and advertising.
Okay.
And those people have to dress the way your clients dress. They have to talk the way your clients talk, and they have to have somewhat of the same values. You know, you may be looking for somebody who has a traditional values.
Okay.
So that needs to be reflected in your pictures, in the where and when and what.
Okay.
And then the last one we did, why?
Why?
Now this is a biggie. And this is now about you. There are 1 million people out there that can do loans, right?
Yes.
Okay, there are 1 million people out there that write books and do branding. It's okay, because not everyone is for you. Not everyone is for me. Once we realize that we're not going to try to please everyone, we're just going to find and focus on our perfect client. At that moment, the why has to be, why will this person hire me?
Okay.
And that is huge. You have to create a value proposition. What are your qualities? What is your experience? You know, why would I hire Lucrecia instead of hiring someone else? That has to be built into your brand equation.
Okay.
A little bit about why. And the closer you come to resembling your client, the better off you'll be. Because,
Okay.
you know, it's unbelievable, but we spend all this time creating our websites. And do you know the average person spends less than 7 seconds on a website before they swipe left or right?
Yeah, so then even first impressions matter in a website too.
Absolutely. And it's all nonverbal. They are looking at pictures, which is why we spend so much time talking about creating that perfect avatar and then creating marketing and media that they fall in love with the picture, because they're not listening to you, they're not reading anything, and they're not even watching your video yet.
So then customers are reacting or influenced more of what they're seeing.
Absolutely.
More like the visual effect. When you mentioned, for example, in home loans, when we do marketing, we try to project different families or different. So not only the couple, but also if it's a single person buying a home.
Right.
It doesn't matter the background or the age, because we're letting know everyone, you know, that anyone can be our customer. However, I now see the great point. We're not done yet, but I have to mention this, that the more I think about, I think that some of our customers are more into that age window that you provided me.
Yeah.
And then I see how sometimes if it's a couple, sometimes the wife is the one that is talking more to me.
Exactly. Because she is going to be that decision maker. Even though perhaps maybe the husband will take the lead, the woman will be a very big influence, right, on what the choice for the couple is.
And then there has been couples that the husband is more communicating with me. However, I see more of being the wife being the communicator, maybe because I'm a female, and then the husband say, okay, you talk to her, then you're the messenger.
And also, more than ever, there are more single females in America now, in the world, that are entrepreneurs, that are businesswomen, that are living a full life, that are owning homes, buying property, owning businesses. This is a huge profit potential market.
In your case, your book your audience is any female, any lady, doesn't
Yes.
matter what age.
Correct.
So okay, I'm not done reading it, but it can work for any, even some pages I have read with my daughter. She's just 9. So in your case, I see that very clear.
Yes.
So if I'm helping you to market the book, okay, that part I understand. It can be any female.
Yes.
So it's a female, in your audience.
And for me, it's a woman who wants, of any age, whether it's a little girl or a woman, full-grown woman that's on her third do-over in her life, her third stage, like Jane Fonda calls it, my third act, an older woman. And the only thing they have to have in common is that they want to become their best selves. They want to become their most beautiful and best selves.
Yeah.
So that's my common stream there.
Right.
And they're eager to do it. And so now we have who, what, where, when, why, and the last one is how.
But that's not a W.
It's not a W, but I gotta throw it in there. 5 W's and an H. I'm creating a... That's your bonus, you get the H. And that is how. And how also has to do with you, with the professional. We're going the other way now. How are you actually going to physically help them?
Okay.
So in other words, after they go to their website, and they like you, and they stay, and they have a few, they look at the pictures. Oh yeah, I would like to have a house that I could walk to the beach. Oh yeah. Oh, it's a good school district. Oh, you're building their dream, we used to say.
Right.
Now you have to give them some factual information about how you are going to help them, in your case, get a loan.
Okay.
So fact sheet, I mean, you would know better than I know, but
Yes.
there has to be content. There has to be actually value that they're going to get from investing their time listening to you.
So with us or any home lender, the part is that we provide an understanding of the steps.
Yes.
What is the first step? Then there's conversations and different type of communication, and they understand what to expect. So what is our role? And then of course, in buying a home, we do the loan, but then there's a realtor. There's other, there's other parts. But with that first conversation or in a website or some information, they can view part of the process, so they can understand. Okay, this is the process. Okay, now I understand what is the process. And we help a lot of first-time home buyers, and that's one thing that they want to know. Okay,
Yeah.
how are you going to help me, and what are the steps on this process?
Exactly. And I think when people are creating content, everything is so much content driven, and there's so much good free content in the world available, people say, I don't want to give my secrets away. I don't want to no, it's the opposite. You should give everything away.
Yes.
Because except for the loan, of course, that's your business.
Yes.
But until you get to the step, for instance, for me as an author, you go on my website, you're going to see a lot of my content for free. You go to Amazon, you can read portions of my book for free.
Yes.
I constantly teach because I want people to feel that there's value for them. And there is value if they go to your website and you start to show them the process.
Yes.
So in your businesses, whatever they are, in the how, you must be able to articulate clearly how you are going to be able to help them. And then a little bit about what your special qualities are or what's important to you.
I see that. I'm using your website as an example. After reading the information that is included and talking about the personalities and all that, it gives you the person that will buy the book is because they want to know more. And it's like, yes, I want to learn about that, and I want to improve. I think that we all should be looking all the time to improve and challenges to be better. So yes, it makes completely sense.
Right. And if you can think about those, I work with a lot of people who are in the past and still present that are in the money industry. So it's loans, bankers, financial advisors, forecasters. and I say, what are 3 qualities that you want your audience to immediately know about you?
Okay.
And for that, one of the big qualities is trust. And then we'll move into another podcast that we'll do together about what colors to use to effectively communicate that. But, trust is a big one. Timeliness, right? When you do a loan, you want them to be able to get the home when they want to buy the home. So
Yes.
it's organization, timeliness.
Yes, the time, yes. It's the
So-
trusting and then the timing to things
Very
need to get done during a time frame. Very important.
So in order to articulate that in marketing and advertising for your brand, I'll tell you, this is so weird sounding, your clothes have to fit you. If your clothes are too big in your photographs, guess what happens? People think you're sloppy and disorganized every day of the week. Clothes have to fit you. They can't be like you just rolled out of bed. You know what I mean? They have to. And another little tip is that you should always wear a watch. Why? Time is important to me.
Okay.
Nonverbal. Time is important to me. I'm on time. I will get you your loan on time.
On time.
So that is how we build in the how. All of those little facets. So that's it. That's the 5 W's plus an H. The beginning of how you can really create a successful brand, putting your audience in the driver's seat
Yes.
for your marketing and advertising and all your social media, your podcast. Put your audience first. And if you serve them, then they're going to serve you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And stay tuned, stay connected with us. Reach out to Mary how she can help you personally or with your best business, and she would love to. You will have so much fun as well. Thank you. Bye.